Alright, I'm going to do a whole series on the hanging skill, I guess, and progressing through the different levels of that. So you can use this in your practice and build up each week. With each of these, I reckon I would aim to build up to getting 60 seconds in one go before moving to the next one, roughly. So the first one we're going to do is an inverted hang. You can set up a bar. I've got the ring set up. So it's just holding that, and again trying to build up, just so you're building up that strength in the grip and in the shoulders a little. And I'm going to set this a bit higher. Again, you can do it with a bar set up here. And I've just got these set up to make it a bit quicker and easier. So the next one is still that sort of inverted row position hang, but now we're going to move into more of like an assisted pull-up sort of position. So you're just going to hang, but with your hips down this time. So get into that sort of inverted and then getting into that position and hanging from there. Then we start to transition to the full hang. So before that, another thing that you can add in just to help keep opening up, which obviously that will help with as well, is the pull over on the wall. So I'll move this away. Preferably we'd go side on, but I'm just going to do this in one take. So just getting into I'll try not to talk away from the camera, hands on the wall, and just trying to pull the chest through just to help open that up. So when you go to hang on the bar and start to take that full weight, your shoulders are more open. So the next one, just a simple hang. You can start 1 foot on the ground to build that up, and then take your full weight. From there, so if you can build that up to 60 seconds, and again, if we're talking about practicing it within our groups, I would go just hang as long as you can, take a break for a minute, 2 minutes, whatever, and then come back and go again and just keep chipping away like that. Try and build up like that. So the next one is the active hang. We start to add some intensity to it. So it's just pulling the shoulders down away and then trying to go into that full deep stretch, pulling up and holding. So I would work in and out of the active hang, so you're developing that movement rather than just holding the active hang at the top. The next one from there is to start getting into that arching hang. So I'll show you from the back and the front, I think. From here, the first movement is still the active hang, so it's still that up, and then trying to pull the chest through a little bit, and then returning back to that full hang, active, pull through. So from the back, and I'd still work on time rather than reps necessarily for this, although obviously as you come out, try and get to a point where you can actually hold in that arch rather than just swinging in and out of it. However, the next one is doing some swinging or kipping. We're starting to build up to a bit more dynamic grip, dynamic hang. So kipping is just starting to use your shoulders a bit more dynamically. And you can see I'm trying to pull myself through. So you can sort of swing a couple of different ways. You can try and pull through and then almost push back, or you can use your legs to swing a bit more as well. So just, again, we're just trying to practice stuff. We're just trying to build up the grip, try and improve the range of our shoulders. So that's the kipping variation. The next one is side to side. So unfortunately, with this rack, we don't have a lot of room to go side to side, but you can still start to pull laterally, and then start lifting up one hand. So we can eventually get to a single arm hang, which is the idea. And then with the one arm stuff, I'll go through all the same progressions. So, starting with the reins in that inverted, so I'm just going to leave it at this height. Alright, try and keep the body nice and straight, try not to let the shoulder drop. Obviously do both sides. This is where I'd start to go maybe 30 seconds per side. Then you can start to go into that one, and then just the one arm hang, right? And then from there, it obviously gets really difficult trying to do one arm active hangs and stuff like that, and that's probably something that I even need to practice before I start demonstrating that. So that's your hang practice. So that's going to be something that you can just work at over a few weeks and try and build up, and hopefully you'll see your shoulders, upper back really improve in their mobility and strength.